refresh.
Coming on.
Okay, now I
just
do.
keep
Now I do.
refreshing. You'll
Yep,
see.
it's there.
All right, I'm gonna make you host because it looks like it's starting to lessen my connection. My connection isn't good.
Yeah, I'm in and I have a panel open.
Coming on.
Okay, now I
just
do.
keep
Now I do.
refreshing.
Yep, I have a panel open to bring in participants if needed. So I have both screens and I have my YouTube.
Okay.
Did you get this? Did you get it? Mhm.
I'm very jealous. I hear all that tropicalness happening over there, Coach.
Oh, you
I
can
hear
hear
it.
all that?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry.
You worked hard for it. Don't be too sorry. My jealousy is only it's only motivational jealousy.
You're not the only
Ooh.
one who's jealous. I'm jealous too because I can hear the Beatles.
Which one? The group?
A whole bunch of them. Oh my God, that sounds like heaven.
I'm saying the group Beatles.
No, not the group, the ones in your background.
Okay. All right, you see two of me? You guys see two of me?
I do. I see you logged in at the separate. Yep.
Hmm.
One is better looking than the other guy. I don't know what's that situation.
Really? Oh, Lord. Well, I'm gonna make you the host, so just in case anything happens.
Okay, so
So basically,
sorry, go
gotta
ahead.
watch out for people coming in. All right, Hector, you gotta look out for
Yeah,
people coming in.
I have the participant Zoom screen open, so I can look out for it.
All right, making you host now.
Okay.
See, now I can move this around. See that view? You guys see that?
Cut it out, Dale.
Awesome.
Look at that nice. Too bad it's dark.
Nice.
Too bad it's dark. Auntie Joy, you've never been here. You gotta take that trip, come see the place.
Soon. I'm getting there. I'm still scared with this COVID business, but I'm getting there though.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
That's great. Get here.
Huh?
I said, get here.
Mm-hmm. If you hear my mouth growing in the background, we're having dinner.
Okay, no problem. Sam's there?
Mm-hmm. Sitting right here.
Sam, what's up?
Bill saying what's up. Said his mouth full.
Okay.
I have my thing in my ears
Hector, you ready?
anyway.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready when you are. I have some notes, and if you want to open it up, and then I'll take it from there. I got to drop off at. I have a hard stop at 9:30.
All right, so let's make sure, we finish up, around that time. That way we can, because I'm down here trying to enjoy my time as well. So if we could end around that time that you go, that would be great. All right, Alan, you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Just wanted to make sure, All
Definitely.
right. All right. With that being said, I'm Savon Smith, founder of Savon's Academy Stars basketball program with the city of Royal Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. This program is called Founding Players, which came from the 6 kids that I started the Savon's Academy Stars basketball program with. I wanted to teach those kids more than just basketball. I wanted them to learn how to invest in their future. So, hence this program is called Founding Players. The organization is called Founding Players. The program on our YouTube channel is Founding Players. We just want to share information, and we figured, the stock market and people getting into the stock market was a great way, to use it to share information. And the crypto market as well has been booming. So we are teaching financial literacy, and we figure why not speak on current events, the things that's happening around us. So welcome. Go ahead. Alan?
Yeah, my name is Alan. I've been in the banking field for about 15, 16 years. I'm also a licensed realtor here in beautiful South Florida. And I've been investing for about 15 years, off and on. Yeah, that's my introduction.
And now you on.
Yes,
No more off.
always on.
Yep. Hector?
So sorry, I missed my cue.
It's
I'm,
up
I'm
to
just
you, sir.
organizing a couple of things. Good evening, Alan. How are you? So I'm Hector Hernandez. I got into this 1 year ago. I'm actually a tech person since 1999, and I did invest back in the day, not a lot. And now I'm on for good. So now I will wear that Holding for Dear Life T-shirt. I will eventually buy one or make one. I've been investing since the pandemic, since last April, in cryptocurrency, and now I'm just being a lot more aggressive in this. I greatly appreciate to talk about it and help educate others that really didn't have a platform. I kind of, because of tech, I've been able to, pull resources together and learn. But I think we need to create a roadmap. So I definitely appreciate Founding Players for doing this. Savant, Coach Savant, I totally appreciate it. It's necessary. So just to do a quick recap, one of the questions that has come up for me in like my DM and my personal, and I think it's going to be a question here that we just go back to the where to buy, where to trade. Just a quick recap. I personally use Coinbase. I know that I'll have Alan and Coach talk a little bit about what platforms they use. I know that there are many options out. I personally, newsflash, I'll be moving away from Robinhood because this is their third strike. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a sec. So the recap is kind of important, and I'm just actually going to go through the topics, and then we can add a couple of things towards the end. Meeting notes, something that I'm going to start doing now, more for the repurposing of the content. It's very important to grow on any platform. So here we have like Instagram. Some of you are on old school, faithful Facebookers, and obviously YouTube. It's great to be able to monetize any platform that you're on. So we want to create. I'm owning it. I will be creating some content based on some of these conversations. So we have something. The other thing is, I guess the topic, all in red. I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about why this happened, and also just to recap a couple of stocks that have been discussed and give people their flowers. I know we talk offline very frequently on what people are researching. You know, we have a kind of a small group, and I think it's only fair to document that. And if the things do work well, let's, you know, not, for lack of a better word, let's use the "I told you so," you know, so we can document that it was said, and you know, the ticker and the stock and the price, the current price. I think it's you know, it's only fair to do that, and it's not you know, that we've rolled this out over. This isn't financial advice. We're not, you know, technical analysts or have any formal education on this. This is all for educational purposes. It's always the good old fashioned waiver. You know, do your due diligence, look up things, and invest at your own. You know, buyer beware. So, looping back, where do we trade? I do Coinbase, Robinhood, and Coinbase Pro. Mostly Coinbase. Coach, can you recap on what you've been using to trade, and Alan as well, or anybody that's trading? Let's just talk out in the open and get this out.
I'll start with myself. So basically, I've been part of Coinbase. You know, when everything started, that Coinbase was, you know, the number one spot for everyone, you know, exchange for everyone to go and buy their cryptocurrencies. You know, so that's what I've been using over the years. But recently, you know, in the last, say, 3 months or so, I started using, you know, Voyager, you know, to buy some currencies as well. Uphold, I started using Uphold once they halt trading of XRP on most exchanges, and Uphold was one of the ones that still had it, you know, and kept it. So I use Uphold quite often now, you know, especially to continue to add XRP because I believe in XRP. So Uphold for me is a great app, you know, to download, you know, to buy XRP. Bittris. I also use Bittris. And if anyone can, I know, Hector, you're probably typing these things, right?
I am.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I was gonna say if anyone don't mind typing them, but I hear you typing, so I figure that's probably what you're doing. So a recap again: Voyager, Bittris, and Uphold. Those are three that I use currently quite often. And of course, you have Binance. Currently, I don't use Binance that much. So the ones that I just mentioned, those are the ones that I use the most. And of course, Coinbase. So
Just to quickly underline, New York has a lot of restrictions. So there are states that have restrictions. New York probably has the most. In the state of beautiful Florida, you are able, you have other tools available to you. I don't know. I know Binance in New York, even Binance US, is not available for us. So definitely, all you need to do is go to the site and look. If you're interested in any of these, look at their. Sorry, let me let Carl bounced out. I let him in. So look at any. You can go into their support area and it should give you, or just do a quick old fashioned Google, and it should pop up. It usually pops up pretty quickly, and it'll tell you what the restrictions are. Basically, state to state eligibility is what that will fall into.
okay.
I know Alan. I think Alan is a fan of Uniswap, right?
I'm not sure. He would have to touch on
Oh,
that.
he dropped
I did forget to mention BitMax as well.
Bit MAX.
Yes, BitMax. Yep.
Did you
Okay,
say
I don't know if.
Bitmax?
Yes, BitMax. BITMAX.
Okay.
Yeah, these are all crypto exchange. So what happened on Joy is like sometimes one exchange may have a cryptocurrency that you're looking for, and then
Mm-hmm.
another app won't have it. Exchange won't have it. So that's why we kind of move around to different exchanges.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Alright.
Alan. The only ones I use are Coinbase and and what's the other one? The other one Savon mentioned.
Uphold.
Uphold.
Yeah,
Coinbase and Uphold. That's the only ones I use at this point.
yeah. I should
For
add
now.
one in there. Ed, welcome. I should add. I've mentioned different wallets in the past. I've used wallets to convert to keep a different area and basically move coins and convert it, so I don't have to have multiple exchanges. So I get what I can on Coinbase, but I am going to consider Uphold. And not to make anybody jealous. So it's, Sir Ocho Rios, as I'm going to call him for tonight. Uh, when I go to Dominican Republic next week, I am a national, so I was born there. So as soon as I hit the ground, I'm Dominican. I'm no longer American. So I say that because I will be opening up a bank account, and I will be, probably partaking in other exchanges that are not available, for US. I'm going to take advantage of my nationalism. So I'm a little excited to try to fly under the radar with certain things. You know, it's my heritage. It's my nationality. So I'm going to take it for all I can. So that's kind of important. And I don't know if it works like that for anybody else that may either be, of that, have that national, nism, or they have parents that have coaches in Ocho Rios. So he has a business there, and I don't, he may be able to do other things with that, which leads me to the next kind of topic. I already mentioned it, meeting minutes. Um, I'm taking some notes, so this will be available. Not a lot of notes, but I guess just to talk about what we spoke about. I have all of the exchanges in there. And does anybody have any questions on any of the cryptocurrencies or sorry, exchanges?
I just have one. I haven't heard you guys mention crypto.com because I use that app also.
Um, I would have used it. Let me I'll say something about crypto.com real quick. They're probably giving you the most on yielding right now, or one of the most. I just can't because I'm in New York. So Anna, if you don't mind, what state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
Yeah, there you go. Damn
Yeah, I've been
Floridians.
using it and I love it.
Yeah, it's a great platform. I would say this: check out their NFTs, their market for NFT, their marketplace. It's gonna be up and coming. It's very neat. They're very, from what I could see on the surface, they're very strategic on what type of the rollout that they're doing. So it's just not an open free for all. So it's very easy to follow, and it's easy on the eyes. So it's gonna allow people to get involved. I mentioned on our first episode, or the first time I was on, um, I mentioned about Snoop Dogg's NFT. So again, it's very easy to follow, very clean. I personally like crypto.com. So I will, once I get my Dominican bank account, I will probably fly under the radar and get it because I like the way it looks. It's easy on the eyes. I'm gonna put that one in there in the notes.
I also use who.com and Gemini.
Gemini is a good one. They're, I think, New York based.
Yes, they
And
are.
I looked at them in the beginning when I was looking for XRP, and then I went with Coinbase. And by the way, Coinbase, not to go too deep into this, but Coinbase is easy on the eyes. It's very fast. It has decent news on what's going on. And they don't want, for lack of a better word, they don't want the smoke. So they don't put up garbage because they don't want a bad reputation. So whatever they put into their exchange, they really believe in it, and it's worth it to them. Not that whatever's not there is not worth it to them, but they need to vet certain things. I hope to get vet in there one day. so, so, but yeah, I'm gonna add Gemini. I'm sorry, one more time, Gemini, and what else? Alan, I think it was Alan. You mentioned Gemini and something else.
No, it was who.com.
Who.com. Thank you for that.
Uh,
Who.com. Okay. So this week has been a really, really red week, right? It's been some real torrential, tidal waves that's happened with the crypto world. Everything got destroyed. I think Dogecoin was kind of like surfaced, and as soon as it went down, people jumped on it and it went back to the green. But everything took a massive hit, and it wasn't a market correction. My son came to me and he's 15, and he's, he saw his 1200 go to 7 or 800. And I, in the beginning, I was like, oh no, it's a market correction. It's cool. People are taking profits. And then I did a little more research, and that wasn't it at all. It was not a market correction. But definitely people are taking profits. And there's a big reason. So, kind of the fifth topic, the Biden administration capital gains taxes has been a discussion, a very big discussion. So people are going to take profits. So capital gains, as it is already, from the research that I did in the beginning, I didn't really go too far into it because I don't really have that much. I'm holding more than, I got some profits, but the rules are you hold it for a year, it's X amount of capital gains. You do a short, less than a year, it's an X amount of capital gains. Depending on how much you gain, you give out, you put out in taxes. It's anywhere between 10%, 15%, and a little bit more. So the Biden administration, as you may have already heard, they want to take from the rich more. I don't want to make it a political thing, but when you're dealing with crypto, it's not going to be taxed at a full income, but it is going to be taxed at a capital gain. Not as harshly as income, because you are taking a massive risk. And this is kind of Alan's, this is his realm when it comes to financing, so he could chime in. But you still have to pay taxes on it. It's unworked income, and I want to say unearned income, because it's not taxed as a bonus, but it is taxed very heavily. It's not, the different brackets, from what I understood it, it's about 10 to 15%, and then it goes a little higher based on the amount of capital that you're taking. The good thing is, if you're doing this long term and you just hold the coin and you don't get out right away, for example, if I take all my XRP now, which I totally would not, I'm looking to buy a little more, I will be paying a different tax because I kept it for a year. Most of it I kept for a year. So that's really why we took a real, we were all in the red. And you're gonna see the ups and downs of the market corrections. You're also gonna see up and downs in FOMO, or the roller coaster ride that Doge is been taking. And many people still believe in it. There are other projects that people are gravitating towards, but they're gonna ride this thing. They're gonna really think that it's not a joke, and they're gonna ride it. But this particular time, it was definitely not a market correction. It was a lot of it had to do with the capital gains taxes. So I'll kind of leave that open. I don't know if anybody saw some hits and they sold or they bought more. I'll say this, in the group that, we have like a offline group on WhatsApp, and somebody put out, I don't remember who said it, but it was like, hey, it's time to go shopping. And you have to look at it as an opportunity to get more at a clearance price if you're looking at this as an investor. I don't have any capital right now to put in XRP, but I'll definitely be putting money in XRP. And I think we should go around the table and just, talk a little bit more about what you'll be putting more in. I know for sure I'll go with XRP. I know Coach has XRP. I know, I think Alan has some XRP. It's back to like 107, 18 or something like that. I'm definitely getting more. It's a great opportunity, I think, to load up. I like VET also went down. I'm going to definitely scoop up some VET. And I like, I'm not going to grab any XLM because it's almost at where I had it for a bit, but I think it's a good project as well. And I'm going to research other projects and probably put a little whatever I can in, because I invested last month like 750. So I'm kind of maxed out right now. I got some Cardano and I got some Bitcoin. So I'm kind of maxed out in my I'm capped out right now. Coach, are you gonna take advantage of this clearance sale?
Hey, you can hear me now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. I always do. I invest every day, so every day I'm buying something. So and I know Alan does the same. Me and Alan, we speak every day. And Hector, we speak often as well, since I've met you. But me and Alan, we definitely speak every day. And, we definitely find, the next lowest thing to get in. But we also buy things that we need to continue to buy more shares of. So every day I'm investing. And one thing I want to put out there, and I want to continue to put out there every time we're on the YouTube because we're sharing, is the more shares that you can buy of something is the more money you're going to make on your investment. So, for example, I'm not going to buy 100 or more shares of Tesla. I can't afford that. But if me and Alan or any one of us do our research and can buy big digital and we can buy a lot of shares because it's low, we're going to do that. So we search every day, to get into something. And we have to do great research to be able to get in because we don't want to get into anything that's crap. So I just want to put that out there. But I invest every day.
That's that's super important to keep the. I haven't been able to invest every day, but I'm working really hard at the studio to have that passive income, so I can do a weekly contribution to whatever, and I totally second guess that. Anytime you could, grab something, your cost average will go down a little bit, or not. But then if it makes some big noise, you're holding coin, and we don't know. There's a project that I have it somewhere. It has to do with traveling, and it's at like the Bitcoin numbers or the old Dogecoin numbers. So these are sectors that Alan gave me. I think it was Alan. He gave me some information on like the marijuana sector and the healthcare sector. And I have some notes on that, and I totally want to get involved in the travel sector because they're not using blockchain. So when doing any research, I should have added this to the notes. I thought about it last week and I forgot. When doing any research, aside from doing your research and then reinvesting and re up, do your research on, this is just my personal um, bar, I guess if I could say that. Do your research on sectors that are not saturated yet with blockchain technology, because they're gonna be the front runners. So in the first episode that I was part of, I talked a little bit about NFTs and the 2-3 that I believe are going to be moving, that are the runners right now. I'm not investing in them right now, but I will. Um, but also in different sectors, like big digital is all internet. It's not going to go away. Vet is supply chain. It's not going to go away. It's only going to increase, and it's only going to get, uh, Chainlink is database and Oracle and smart contracts, not going to go away. NFT with Ethereum, smart contracts, not going to go away. So there's certain things that are just not going to go away. They're just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, especially when the technology starts to catch up to blockchain technology. Right now, the technology, it's brand new and it's open. This is brand new talk. For us to even be talking about this is a brand new thing for companies in every sector. But when they start to decide that this is a necessary evil, like when Merrill Lynch decided, hey, we need to hold coin, when Tesla decided we need to hold coin, and other companies start deciding that, depending on what coins they're going to hold or what technologies they're going to be investing in, it's a whole different game. And things like, or coins or projects like Big Digital are going to flourish. or the ones that we've been talking about. So I just definitely want to, tip my hat to you, Coach, and Alan, for you guys are investing every day. I'm gonna have to, I'm doing every month, and every, like, I wouldn't say every 4 weeks, but maybe like every 3 weeks. But I have to start putting in like I used to. I used to invest in XRP every paycheck. So every paycheck, $20 will go in XRP, $20, and it started like accumulating over time. And then every once in a while, it'll be like 300. And then one time I went in 2,000. But I have to go back and doing that, because those small coins, and when you do the numbers, and you're like, wait, what if this thing went to 30 cents and now it's 0.007, or it's 0.006, or 0.01? It's a penny. That's how Dogecoin made millionaires. Literally. People put some serious money on it and it went 5x, 10x. What about the people that it went 400x to? It's gone 4,000x, I think, Dogecoin in a year. Some ridiculous number that you're like, what?
Do you mind if I pause you right there for a second?
Go for it.
Because you hit a point right there. So I wanted to come in and just say this. I remember when I first started looking into Dogecoin, I did see it on Robinhood and realized that it was powered by Litecoin, so it had a connection to Litecoin. So that was my reason for investing in it, because I was like, okay, Litecoin was about, I think it was on the 50 something dollars, and it was pretty cheap. So I was like, hey, let me jump on this thing before it starts moving. And once I jumped on it, I think it was a week later, it was like 70, 75, 80, 85. And then I just researched Dogecoin. I'm like, well, hold on, this thing is kind of like moving as well. But it was under a penny. But I'm like, whoa, I ain't know anything under a penny existed. So I was like, whoa, I put like $5 in it. And I was like, what? I got what? How many? I was like, are you serious? So I was like, wait, hold on. Let me put about $20. I'm like, what? $20 got me that? And I was like, no way. I'm about to put 100 in this. So I'm saying that to say this. Man, listen, if I can put $20 and turn that thing into 170 something dollars, I'm like, are you serious? I'm about to put like $400 in this thing. So I did that. And then it turned into $700. So I had about 30,000 of this thing, man. So I'm like, wow, I can't buy 30,000 of Tesla. So, and like you just said about Dogecoin, can you imagine 30,000 of that thing? I sold back 10 of it. So now I'm down to 20. But at the end of the day, I had 30 under a penny. So just think about that. Under a penny.
I do the math quite. I use Sorry, you came out. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt.
No, I'm good. You're good. I'm finished.
Yeah, I use. I'll link it. I use. I always have to just Google it. I put stock calculator, and then you could put in, instead of shares, just call them coins, and you can put in what you paid and what you think it can go to, and XRP. They said it wouldn't hit $1, and it did. It crushed $1. I always go back to that because there was so much resistance when I got it, and I still believe in the project. And they're switching gears. I think they're ready in case they collapse, quote unquote collapse. I forgot the name of the network that they're building. That basically they're gonna be ready to switch gears if they had to. So I'm due for some drop. I forgot airdrops. I'm due for their other coin to kick in. I signed up for it at the time. I think if you had coin and you signed up in December, you're eligible for their next coin. And going back to Coach's point, when you see something that's under a cent or a cent, and this thing goes up, kind of like the way Dogecoin did, to 30 cents, 35, 48 cents, that is some serious, serious growth. Not only is it scary growth, it is this, what if I would have put in $5,000? What if I would have really believed in a project and put in 10 grand? There was a guy that's, my son knew of him. He saw an article. He became a millionaire, instant millionaire with Dogecoin. He put in everything he had, 180K, and then he went up and it went to 1.1 million. And he's still a millionaire now. I'm not saying I'm going to put in 180K, but I'm definitely going to try to put as much as I can in projects like XRP. So that might be 10 grand, that might be 15 grand. I'm going to put as much as I can because I believe on certain projects are going to um, really revolutionize, the way we see business or the way we see protocol or the way we see bank exchanges or whatever it is. It's just one of my favorites. But this guy rolled the dice on Dogecoin and he put 180 in. Everybody thought he was crazy. And then he screenshotted his Robinhood account and he's a millionaire. Even with the drops, he's still a millionaire because he went from 5 cents to over 50 cents. Over 40 cents. So even at 30 cents, that's 5x, almost 5x or 6x. He's a millionaire. And whether he keeps it in there or not, he said he's keeping most of it. I think he cashed out 100,000. But it goes back to just having that big pile of coins. So definitely, look at those penny coins, and go in.
And I also add this: believe in what you research. Don't let anyone scare you off of what you research and believe in. Because I heard a lot about Dogecoin, and every time I heard negative news, it caused me to put $50, $100. I was like, okay, y'all don't believe in it? Well, guess what? That thing is so low that I'm gonna buy more. And that's basically how I ended up putting, up to $700 in Dogecoin because I was like, listen, what I have to lose? $700? Think I throw that away in rent. So I mean, if you don't buy a house, you're throwing money away in rent. I just equal it to that. It's like I'm gonna take a chance and put $700 in Dogecoin, and look at it. I did sell, like I said, 10,000 back of it, but I didn't like the feeling of that, but it happened. So what I do, got into big digital, and what I started to push. I say, hey Alan, hey Ed, hey Rod, let's all try to get 1,000 of this thing, And what I do, I push it to you, Hector. I push it to everybody on here. Let's all try to get 1,000 of big digital. Do your own research and let's get it, because we are a group here. We're trying to help each other, So I believe if we all get 1,000 of big digital before it takes off, just equal it to Coinbase. Whoever invested in Coinbase before Coinbase IPO'd, they're making a killing. So that's the opportunity that we have right now to buy things at the low. Get in before it gets big. Get in before they start to talk a lot about it. So that's very important in
Hey,
investing.
this
Go ahead, Alan.
hey, this is Alan. I just wanted to piggyback on some things that Actor touched on. When Savon was saying trade every day, what I personally do, sometimes I cut losses, right? If, for example, if I got into a play that I no longer believe in, or I don't feel like this play is gonna get to where I thought it would get, and I'm down like $80, I'll cut the loss. If I have a second play that I'm down like $70, I'll cut the loss. I'll take losses to go on better plays to build up my position, right? So even if I'm not throwing a whole ton of money into, like, say, big digital, I can say, okay, this stock is definitely not doing good. Their financials are sketchy or whatever. This company, I no longer, believe in them, or I didn't do a deep enough dive. I may cut the loss, or I may add more to it so I can reduce my losses. So when it has a green day, I basically, take a smaller loss, and I use that money to put in another play. That's what I did on Friday. I bought more of Big Digital. I bought more of OCGN, the company that's supposed to release the vaccine. They just submitted FDA approval, and that news alone made them go from $6 to $13 if you look at the charts. And that's just them submitting paperwork to the FDA. So me personally, this is what I do. I will cut losses to get into a play that I believe in more to build my position in.
Hey, Alan. Alan,
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I just want to share that. Remember when OCGN went to $18? from it coming from 29 cents to $18. And when it dropped, you stated, man, I should have, took profit, because it went to $18 and that's a big gain for you. You said, you should have took profit. And when it came down, I remember having this conversation with you. Hey, Alan, it's going to go back up, man. It's going to go back up. And you see, what is it doing right now? It is, right? It's going back up. And then I think it touched 13, like you said, because of them submitting for approval. And it's nowhere near where it's going to be. That's what I keep telling you, right?
Yes.
Right, Alan?
Yeah, I very much believe in this stock.
Yep, definitely. And the same with Moderna. It's like Moderna, they have their vaccine out right now. And Moderna was 100 and say $85, a couple months, about a month ago, $185. People are still out there taking the vaccine. We're not through this yet. So the stock's going to have its corrections. It's going to go down. So it went down when everything's ready. It just went down to I think maybe $120. I saw it dropped, so that's a big drop. And right now it's back to $175. So just look at it like this. If you had put in, say, $10,000, if you have that to put in, when it dropped to about 125, even if it goes up 50%, you're making good money right there. Imagine it gets right back to $200. You're doubling your money. So that's kind of like how I look at stocks that I believe in. A stock like Moderna, it's a no-brainer. So I would do research, guys, and keep an eye on vaccine stocks and just see what they're doing. Watch their charts. If Moderna goes down, if it's $175 now and it goes down to 125, even if it does that twice, which it's done already. So if it do that a second time, that's a no-brainer. Moderna is not going to stay $125. The same thing I can say about Square. If you're looking at Square, and which is the payment app, if you're looking at Square and Square is $280, and you see Square drops down to $210, it's a no-brainer that Square is going to go back to revisit that number, or go back up somewhere close to that number, and it's going to bust through that number. We just don't know when, but just pay attention to things like that. There's certain stocks that you can just monitor on a daily basis, and you can kind of predict, and be your own analyst because you're used to that stock. I can literally do that. I can literally take $10,000, put in a stock, and know that it's going to be 20. I can do that with Moderna, and I can do that with Square. And I promise you that, because I've watched those stocks enough. Now do your own research. I'm not telling you to do what I do. Invest at your own risk, but I know for sure that I can invest in a Moderna and keep making money, especially when it goes down.
I wasn't planning on doing any of this research, but I was just curious. Going back to just Alan's point, I have to cut my losses because I don't think that Bitcoin is going to bounce right now. So I'm going to take some money that I had in Robinhood, and I'm going to go back to my Oh Faithful V chain vet. Because it's there's a lot of articles right now. One was written is on NASDAQ a couple of days ago. I think like 4 days ago. So they're talking about the popularity. Now, when we start looking at certain, just, to do research, start also thinking about just the popularity and where some of these cryptocurrencies or stocks are available. Stocks, may not trade on the NASDAQ. They may trade on OTC, and then you may find them. I know, Coach, you use TD Ameritrade, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's certain stocks that are not available. And in going back to crypto, once you see, let's say, Coinbase or Uphold, or, I don't even want to talk Robinhood because they just have, very limited in cryptocurrency. But once it becomes the norm, that's when you're really going to see these things move, because they're going to be more accessible to people. So definitely when you're doing your research, just, of course we want those unpolished, uncut diamonds. The ones that you're able to pull out, whether it's a project that you're, passionate about, and you think that it's going to do some work, some heavy lifting. Like I'm using VChain as an example. Supply chain is not going anywhere. It's very, very important to document, and big digital, using the internet as we know it, it's kind of important. That's how Amazon blew up. Jeff Bezos wasn't thinking about selling books. He was an analyst, and he was thinking about the internet's going to be something. The number of searches that were available, and the number of machines and the number of websites, he saw that growing. So it wasn't he wasn't a librarian that was like, oh, I'm selling books. He had a much bigger plan. And we see it today. We see it that, this thing is taking over the world. With the research, again, crypto.com has pretty good research. I'll plug this in. Coinmarketcap.com. Coinbase is decent. All of these give you access to tons of articles. I would say definitely do the research and then go back. Don't get too on the hype of the YouTubers. We touched on this, I think, last episode. YouTubers are gonna, they're gonna make their money. They could actually give you a full 30 minutes or an hour of them, giving you stats and giving you analysis and giving you this, but the actual project, you have to make your own decision on whether this project you think is really going to be worth it. I've seen some good analysts that I follow, and they're talking about XRP 2 months ago. And I feel great that I made that decision a year ago. I made the decision at 17 cents. I wish I would have bought more then, but I wish I would have bought $5,000, let's say. I would have had 10,000, 12, 13,000 of XRP right now, because it moved so quickly. Not so quickly. It took a year, and I'm okay with that. Slow brew. I'm cool with that. I have one more note, and then I'm gonna have to, personally, I have to jump off. But we covered the where to buy. We covered the capital gains. I have some notes on investments. Also, I wanted to chime in and just circle back to, Alan has his favorites, and Coach, you've done some research. I just want to talk a little bit about, I have Axum, I have OCG, I have Excel, I have KNOS, I have Big Digital, I have XRP. I just wanted to highlight some of these favorites, so we have, more tools to research, and then, we have the notes, and then I'll send out a link. Actually, I could dump it right on the Facebook link, so you have access to that information.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
You hear me? I'm so mad. The other day I went and bought Big Digital, and I bought it at $3, no, almost $3. And turn around, that thing dropped down under $2. I was so mad. I could have bought more shares, man. I would have waited. I was so mad. Just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, and
That
those
happened-
are
That happened with me with OCGN.
I know, man. Could have had about another 20 shares,
I've been talking about Alan. I'm glad you hit that about cutting your losses. Definitely going to add that in there. That's super important to not be emotional about these decisions. I have to let go on Bitcoin. My forecast was saying that it'll bounce back within about a week, that I will be able to gain, my 7 to 8% loss. It hasn't bounced back. So I am going to cut my losses, because VChain is really low right now. It's down 30% in a 7 day, in the 7 days. It's down, maybe 5%. I didn't see it yesterday, but it's at 17 cents. So I'm going to take all of that, Bitcoin money, Coinbase money to Bitcoin money, and I'm just going to dump it in VChain, because I feel like even if I wanted to break even, I could, or even I wanted to just hold more VeChain, which I got rid of before, and that was my biggest regret because I had it. I wrote it from 1 to 5 cents, and then I lost it, and I kept going. I'll get it again, and then it will go up, and I'm like, I'll get it again, and then it will go up again, and I'm like, So now I'm gonna get it at 17, 18 cents. I'm gonna do my Robinhood thing because they're really slow. I gotta get rid of, then I gotta cash out, and then I gotta see the money in my account. They're gonna drag their feet, which leads me to my last point, and then I'm gonna drop off. This is the third time Robinhood has been under the microscope. So for some analysts, due to research, they're gonna be done with them because they got hit with the AMC, they got hit with the GameStop, and now they're being sued. Basically, they're trying to push a class action due to research that they were holding, and I am one of those people that I couldn't get out of Dogecoin, so I couldn't get out in time. So that cost me, $1,200, let's say. So they're under the microscope right now on market manipulation. I don't know what other type of terms they're using, but that's definitely not market manipulation, just trade manipulation. So buyer beware on that. Coinbase, I know when I use Coinbase, the money is out. When I use them to exchange, the money goes. When I've transferred them to other wallets, the money goes. The minute I transfer money from my bank account to them and back and forth, the money goes. So I'm very happy with them as a trading platform. I can't say the same thing about Robinhood, especially now knowing what went down. So that's just my experience. I know that I lost some funds on them with them. So I don't know if anybody wants to add, or we've seen some losses.
Now I want you to explain, because you mentioned Dogecoin. So I want you to explain what FOMO is, because we said it quite a few times on here, driven by FOMO, and we have people on here and we have people on the YouTube where they might have heard you say FOMO, but they don't know what FOMO means.
Yeah, absolutely. So with right now, Doge is, for some people, they're going to long term. They're going to hold this. I'll use Coach as an example. He's had it when it was a cent or less. I know somebody that wrote it from a cent to under a cent to 5 cents. They made $5,000 on the deal. And that was the best $5,000 they've ever made in their lives, right? Some people are going to jump on it for FOMO, fear of missing out. I tried to go in and make a penny. That's another conversation. But you have to be into it either to trade and hold. Alan has made this. He said this on getting out of a position or getting into a new position, cutting your losses on a position. So he's very logical about making his money, X amount of money, getting in and getting out. And I'm sure he's holding coin or stocks long term. And for example, XRP for me, long term, 2028, 2030 and beyond. Like, I want to hold as much as I can. So when everybody comes around to it and says, hey, this is it starts to make some very big moves. So on the FOMO, there are people that are really going to grab a little bit of coin, probably thinking that thing is going to explode and they're going to be, overnight millionaires from FOMO. This game is the long haul for most, unless you really have the amount of time, I don't want to say intellect, because intellect can be regurgitated. You could just be around people that are giving you information and you're going to take it. But definitely do your own research. Over time, it's too hard for me to swing, to go in and out of trades. So for me, I'm not in it for the FOMO. I'm in it for like 2028, 2030, when I'm like, oh yeah, I've invested and I'm going to get paid. Like, I'm happy of the decisions that I made. So I don't think this group rides on FOMO. But there are going to be many, many people, thousands, hundreds, millions of people that are going to, they don't want to miss out. So they're going to jump on, and that's going to fluctuate the market, But one thing that I just mentioned, one thing that's going to fluctuate the market really, really well is when Anna mentioned crypto.com. So when crypto.com starts to bring in other coins that they didn't have before and they become more popular, they have a coin, by the way, it's CRO, and they have really good opportunities for staking, which is making money on your own coin, leaving it in their platform. They're going to pay you if you leave it in their platform. Their numbers are better than everybody else's numbers, I think, right now. But I kind of lost my train of thought. I was thinking about Coinbase and XRP. Yeah. So when it becomes more available in other platforms, that's going to pretty much dilute. It should dilute any FOMO you have, because that just means that the Coinbases and the crypto.coms are going to take shape, and more people are going to start buying, and you're going to look at the charts. And when Coach talks about charts, you know, it's kind of obvious, right? You want it to go up, right? You want it to be zigzagging up the whole time. So when you look at a year, you look at 6 months, the numbers that you normally see are 24 hours or sometimes 7 days, mostly 24 hours and 7 days. So when you see a number going up and down, don't let, fear of missing out or the other way sway you. Look at long haul, look at a little bit more, look at the amount of volume that things are moving. And there's something in there. You see the 24-hour volume, like XRP. People are holding, but they're trading. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down, and you're going to see a very, very big bulk of trade activity, which is healthy. It's very, very healthy to see those numbers. Last one to be on the other side of the phone and be more logical. The market cap. When you look at something, look at those numbers and see, is the world interested? So you want high market caps. We've talked about, not to take, XRP slid down to number 5 right now. So it was at number 3. Tether is on his way up. So it's from the top down: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Coin, Tether, and XRP. So I've seen XRP at in the teens, and I've seen it grind his way up. Look at Dogecoin at number 7 right now. That is just insane for it to be a, joke. And now it's number 7 that are people holding coin. There are more people holding Dogecoin than I believe companies like, there was a car company that somebody mentioned that, we're looking at 7 billion in coin. 7 billion, 7.2 billion. Yeah, in coin. So these are tremendous numbers. There are companies, companies trading on the NASDAQ that don't have 7 billion in market cap. They just don't. So Dogecoin, for being a joke, ha ha ha. It's pretty damn funny, right? So, look at those numbers. Cardano is less than Doge right now. Cardano's 258, 2 billion. So Dogecoin is almost tripling that. This is important. These are important numbers. So when the FOMO kicks in, just look at the logics, look at the numbers. Coach mentioned, look at the charts. Those are very very kind of easy numbers to look at that'll help you. And also just the year, watch that chart going up. Everything that we've talked about, if you watch it in a year's time, I wish I would have known about Dogecoin a year ago. I wasn't paying attention. I would have been definitely holding a lot more coin, probably taking it a lot more serious. But, that's just me. I guess I'll hold for any questions. I know I have a hard stop. I went a little over on my time. I don't know if anybody has any questions, anything that we need to recap. Let's get it.
Real quick, I got something. What about the price that Dogecoin is at right now? And I think you mentioned the market cap. So you kind of figure where Dogecoin should actually go. Because people sometimes have a ridiculous number of, say, it's going to go to $10, even though it's highly ranked right now.
I think it goes back to what you talked about earlier, and I stick to my guns on that. And one of the reasons why, I guess to Alan's point earlier, to getting out of a position, I don't see myself investing in Bitcoin personally. And I'll go back to Doge in a second. I don't see myself, because if people say, hey, it's going to go to 300, that's only 5x to me. It's not worth my time to watch it over time, and I don't think it's going to happen right away. So that's only a 5x gain. Not to be greedy, but for me to put X amount in something, I would love to see it go 2x in 1 year. That's doubling your money. That is, no bank, no business can double your money. I don't care if you're selling socks or crack. You cannot double your money like that in 1 year in bulk. It's just not going to happen. Passive income. Remember, this is passive. Even cracking socks, you have to be out there peddling it, right? So this is passive income. No such thing. Even real estate, you can make some big gains, but you have to work. You have to do certain things to be able to double your money. So Dogecoin still has that potential. $10, I don't think that's going to happen right now, because the market caps have to show that gain. That means a lot of people have to say, let's go get this Doge, and then it'll start creeping up. Bitcoin is at 1 trillion. The volume alone is 40 in a 24-hour period. 50 billion is the numbers for Bitcoin. That's a big number of constant trades, and I'm a little off. I'm off by 50 billion. So it's at 944 billion. That's almost 1 trillion. So in order for these numbers to go up, the market cap has to show that. So XRP, it came a long way. I think I saw it in the beginning at 6 billion. So, it's at 9 billion. So Tether is up. Tether is really high up there, because Tether is one of those stable dollar for dollar coins. People are just using it to stake, or they're using it to just kind of get your money back on that 2%, 3%. It's always going to be, it's a rock. It's stable. But when we're talking about Doge going to $10, it has to be put in places where more people are going to get into it, and we have to see really big gains. I'm just looking at comparable coins or numbers. It's got to be to the point where we see I can't really compare it because I'm only looking at market cap watch right now, but it's got to have some real significant numbers. Right now it's being used to yo-yo. If you look at the market cap versus the amount of trades, people are just digging a yo-yo. The market cap is 7 billion, and the amount of trade right now is 33 billion in the last 24 hours. That's completely lopsided. So that means people, what they're doing is they're playing the game. Buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. They're on that roller coaster. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't have the stomach for it. I don't have it.
So realistically speaking, for anyone who do their research, realistically, Dogecoin, 50 cents to $1.
Yeah. I would agree with that. 50 cents is a great number, and I don't mean that you'll double it. After we weather the storm, I don't see why it cannot get back to around a half a buck. A good icy price, right? Like a little icy coquito price, 50 cents. I think that's a great number, and it's just a question of a little bit of market correction. Right now, it's down 17% in the last 24 hours. Shopping. 17% is an enormous number. That's
Hector,
yeah.
sorry, I want to ask you a question because I know this was circulating around social media. What do you think Dogecoin will go to if Amazon accepts it?
And that was circulating. Good one, Alan. You're absolutely right. You like putting wood in the fire. So that was circulating in social media, and I think the meme or the conversation was, if Jeff Bezos says go, will we all jump? And we're at the point where Jeff Bezos at one level, but you know, Elon Musk is at one level, but we know where Jeff Bezos is. Like when it comes to like the amount of money this man has is just not fair, right? It's just not fair. So the I don't know. I really think that if it circulates, that means you need more of it, and if you need more of it, you could probably hit that $10, and that's scary. You know,
I could
because
see, I could actually see it happening because a lot of people say that Dogecoin doesn't have a utility or doesn't have a purpose, right? But a lot of, Dogecoin to me is like a clout coin, right? A lot of people are using it to build their companies right now. So I'm looking at Dogecoin, and I thought about this the other day. I'm looking at Dogecoin almost like a coin that has an advertisement utility. Who's using it? Slim Jim, the Mavericks, and countless companies are starting to use it to clout chase, to bring traffic to their
so let me.
to
I'm
their.
gonna throw one in to ride off that real quick. I thought about using it.
Yeah.
And because one, I want to hold more coin. Two, I want to educate. And three, I want to hold more coin. So if I give my services in photography and I discount it or just basically gut the market, right? I lowball everybody. I'm not losing. So if I say, hey, I'm going to give you 75% off photography, pay me in Doge, I'm winning. I'm winning. And this is why the Mavericks are doing it. This is why these companies are doing it. And that's part of FOMO. I won't say it's all bad. I think it's a very smart play because if a company like Amazon comes in and adopts it and people feel comfortable, remember the first people that are going to use Doge are the ones that made money off Doge. And it has to be a revolving door, a steam engine. It has to the pistons have to work together. So you take more Doge, you buy more Doge, you put more Doge in the system, you take more Doge, you buy more Doge, you put more Doge in the system. So the market cap, regardless, is going to start growing. And that's really the first step. Who's going to take it? What big companies are going to take it? And it's a novelty. It's a novelty of it to be able to hold these cards and almost. I'll give you a quick one, and I definitely got to go. So when I first, you can't see it. So I'm holding. Yeah, it's white. So the white light is. So I'm holding my new white Cash App card. It has a dollar sign on it. I used to have another one that had my photography name on it, Smart NYC, and it was black. And I liked using my Cash App card. So when Anna mentioned crypto.com, I wanted crypto.com because their credit card was giving the most rewards in staking and rewards and some other points. So I'm like, if I can use that credit card, if I can use it or use the debit card and keep my money in that system, I'll pay rent on that card. I'll literally pay rent. Even if I'm getting hit a little bit, I'm still leaving a lot of money in the system. I'll still be getting like 8, 9, 10%, yield on it every year. Nobody's going to do that for me. So when that starts to happen, and Alan, that becomes, in my book, if that becomes the norm, oh, it's a shitstorm. Like it's gonna make people turn. And that's the FOMO versus the hold on for dear life conversation. How long are we here for it? I'm 44. I love to be 10 years in and then having this conversation while coach is on his Ocho Rios. I'm like in my yacht, in like a small yacht, nothing big, 25 footer. And I'm like, minutes from his house in Ocho Rios, paid for in coin. That's my happy ending right there. But it's not that far fetched that we're having this conversation, and in 10 years, who the hell knows where Dogecoin is going to go? If Amazon grabs it, I've heard the conversations. That was the inside stuff that belongs in the secret group. No, I'm kidding.
Well, realistically speaking, though, man, 50 cents to a dollar, based off of just
For sure.
the speed of it. You
Yeah.
when nothing is gonna manifest itself that fast. You'll be lucky for it to manifest to $10 that quickly. So anything that's coming to be usually takes time. Your kids ain't gonna jump from birth to 18. So if that's gonna hit $10 at some point, me personally don't believe it's right now. But I think realistically 50 cents to a dollar is real.
I totally agree with that. And again, my history, XRP, that I've watched them from a slow brew, and I'm very happy with both of them. I'm very angry that I didn't get involved in vet more, and then I got rid of it. But hey, I believe that it's gonna move, and the numbers show it. The Nasdaq just wrote an article 3-4 days ago of VeChain. So now it's bubbling. So now it's like, okay, this could be serious. This is Nasdaq. This is like when Forbes writes an article about something. So it's a not a hush, but it's like, hey, it's out there. XRP, slow brew. Coach, you talk about big digital. Dogecoin, you had to be on it early in to have made a real significant, under a penny. People did it. There's one that we talked about that I need to do my research and find it. It has to do with, I think we talked about it, or maybe I talked about it with somebody else. I don't remember. I mentioned travel. So travel, music. Alan, you mentioned healthcare. You mentioned marijuana. Uh, uh, Coach, you mentioned vaccine and Moderna. Like, we have to look at this in sectors and then be first. Be first. The CEO, founder of not Abu Dhabi, Alibaba. Forget his name. So he's the Chinese version of the Jeff Bezos, right? He's like, be first. Be first. Like, and this is like, you got to take action. So whether it's big digital, whether it's XRP, whether it's correct me,
That's OCGN.
OCGN. Yeah. The idea is to be first and hold and be patient.
His name is Jack Ma.
Thank you. I thought it was John. Yeah. So Jack Ma, he's one of those guys that it's like simplicity. Be first. I mean, it's not that difficult, but with this game, we have to look at the 2025, 2028. I'm at 2032, 2030. Like, I'm looking 10 years out. And if I get involved with anything, I want that slow brew, because I want to see those $10 on something that I put in 30 cents, that I got for 30 cents. Hell yeah. Those are very big gains. And yeah, I gotta drop off, but I think we were able to recap and get some good info. OCGN. Let me just lock that in. OCGN. Can you recap real quick, Alan, on things that we on stocks or coins that we've discussed, just so I can put them in the notes? I got Big Digital, Doge, XRP, Axum, XL, KNOS, OCGN.
Let me see. OCGN, KNOS, Axum, Dogecoin.
Axum. You said Axum. Yeah. Dogecoin, I got.
Yeah, Axum.
Yeah.
Uh,
If they come up, just dump them in the just ones that they're not just hype. Obviously everybody's doing their due diligence. The FOMO is a very big deal, because people social media is gonna push us. Like it did Doge, but then people are gonna start adopting it, and it is a topic point to say, what if Amazon starts accepting it? That's great, but the question is, how is it going to be circulated? So we need Coinbase to accept it. We need Crypto.com to accept it. I don't know if they do. Robinhood accepts it. We need Binance, which it does, but we need these areas where you can go get it. And by the way, I didn't mention this. PayPal, Venmo are doing what Cash App has done with crypto. So again, it's becoming the norm. To be able to move coin, Cash App wants in the game. It's like social media, right? Social media, Snapchat does something, Facebook wants it, Instagram wants it. TikTok does something, Instagram does it. Facebook does it. WhatsApp does something, FaceTime does it. Like everybody has to stay current. Club was a big deal. LinkedIn now has a platform. Facebook has their platform. Zoom did their thing. Now there are other platforms that are trying to come up with certain things. Shame on you, Skype. You had an 8-year head start and you did nothing. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. But once we start adopting and we start seeing other coins or other exchanges, then it's gonna roll. It's gonna roll quick. It's gonna avalanche. But be first.
Yep. That's the goal. Be first. Get in early.
I said this a half hour ago. I got a hard stop. I appreciate everybody for coming on. Please do the research and bring in those questions early in the beginning so we can have some content. We'll recap. I think it's really important to go back to certain things that we've talked about, just so I'm going back to Axum and OCGN to do my research and count my pennies and get involved. And then let's all bring something to the table so we have some discussion points.
Okay. Ed, I know you're on. Ed, you got anything for us?
I don't really have anything. I've been just from what Hector was been saying.
Yeah, the sound is like going up and down.
And also if people have questions that they want to ask, they could email us, Founding Players, and I'll put the email right now in the chat, so people could email their questions.
Yeah, and it's important to get. Please definitely email. But like Alan mentioned, hey, what do you think about Amazon and Dogecoin? Like, these are real conversations that are, they're the market. This is all brand new. Like, this is the thing. Going back to doing your own research, to say this really quickly, TAs have no freaking clue. No, this is so brand new. This is a coach coach, you've been doing basketball for X amount of years. What if they design a new rim? And this is what we're going to be using now. Like, the game now changes. Like, and I played hockey and then I'd done judo. And I remember when the rules changed, when judo took certain things out, the game changed. Like, there are certain grips that you couldn't use anymore. There's certain throws you couldn't use anymore that were basically outlawed. And prior to the 2016 Olympics, the game changed. The way that we taught it, the way that you refed it, the game changes. So if you change the size of the ball, holy crap, right? Let's talk about that. If you change the size of the ball, more people will have more control. They will be able to shoot at a higher percentage. Take a half an inch from that ball. They will dribble faster. Like, it will be lighter. Like, the game will change.
And short people like Ed would be able to dunk.
Ed would be able to dunk. Yeah. Because there's no there's no secret.
That's not funny.
Ed's already dunking donuts. So now this is a game changer. This is changing the way we see financial literacy, the way that we see financial freedoms, the way that we see this is super, super remarkable. And I think it's important to take it all in. And honestly, go all in if you can, and as much as you can, not all in, but as much as you can, because get them coins up.
Hey, I also said that when I said that I invest every day, a lot of my XRP came from investing every day. Because what I did on Coinbase was I put in $20 today, tomorrow $20. The next day I felt good. I said, oh, I'm putting 100. And I do a lot of different currencies and stocks like that, where I just invest something every day. It could be a small amount today and a big amount tomorrow. But I add up. I figure like if I gotta eat every day, I can certainly put it this way. If I'm making a delivery, I need food. So most of the times I might spend $8 on a meal, and I just say, you know what, $8 worth of XRP, I'll pass on that meal. So, every little bit helps, man. So you'd be surprised how much coins you can accumulate by saying, you know what, instead of me eating two meals today for $10 each, I'll just buy $20 worth of XRPs and I'll bring some lunch from home.
When I started with XRP, I had it automated on Coinbase. So every paycheck, it was $20, and they take their fee. So it was $18.55 a check. So that's twice a month. That's $9 of close to $40, $38 a month. And then when I would feel comfortable, I would go in. I got to go back to automating that because those coins will add up. They will add up, especially like you mentioned earlier, when you get those coins that are under a cent, you feel like a baller. Like, wait a second. Like when I go to DR, I don't do this a lot, but I like to go to the casinos because I feel like I'm somebody. Like my casino money's $200. Like I don't gamble. Once I win, I'm out. The losers pay for all these lights. They pay for these buildings. The losers, not the winners. So when I go to quote unquote third world country, I go in and I can put more chips on the table, more coins, right?
Yep.
So get them coins. Ladies and gents, I appreciate everybody's time. I gotta jump early. Definitely get those emails in. Ed is circulating that. It's important. Even if you think we might have said it or it sounds like a small thing to ask, that's what we're here for. That's what this is for, to educate and re-educate and help us all grow. Hopefully be millionaires, or at least make some serious money that you can make a dent in generational wealth.
All right. For those who are here, before we end the live, if you could just hit the like button on the video on your YouTube, if you haven't already done so, because I think I took a look and we probably only had like 3 likes.
Yep, they're coming in now.
Yeah, we at least
we should at least have 8.
Yeah.
Or 7, because I think you're on twice, Coach.
Oh yeah. But we had up to 10, so we should have at least 9.
Yeah, let's definitely circulate. And for the next meeting, no pressure, but it'll be nice to get a screenshot. So if we meet again, when we meet again, let's get some people, some faces, so we can get a nice screenshot. So do your hair, wear a hat. Ed did his hair. So at least we can get that nice image and let's promo this thing because
Hey, what you think?
Okay.
You're laughing at Ed's hair?
Yeah, Hector. No, I'm just listening to his comment.
Yeah, just so we can get a nice screenshot. And we need to promote. We need to, like, I put it on my stories on IG. And we got to circulate it because it's a platform. It's a platform for us to be comfortable and talk more about it. I'm learning also when I talk because I have to research certain things. When I think of a discussion topic, I'm like, oh, I got to go find more information in it. So, I think it's important for us to get a screenshot. Maybe next week we'll do it. Just get a screenshot just so we can promo and talk more about it.
While you talking, Hector, I'm researching right away while you talking, and I'm putting it all in this chat. So if you
No, I
see it,
saw it. You were getting busy in the chat. I saw you. Ed's working. He has that nice haircut. He's shaved. He's looking fabulous, and he's working.
Hey, the
you see that?
millionaire group, life changing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if anybody wants some like book, anything, let me know. Put it in the email. I can look up some investment books for you, and I can see if I could send a PDF of those books if you need it.
Well, we on our way, guys. So let's continue to invest. Let's continue to do our research, and let's continue to make our teamwork make the dream work. Hector, it's on you to send us out, man. Well, anybody have questions? Anybody
I'll
have any
keep mine
questions?
until next time.
You sure, Auntie Joy? Hey, time is money,
So
so you might need your question answered now before you miss out. So you might want to ask your question now.
I'll keep mine until next time because I gotta go now anyway.
Hey, you gotta go. Listen,
hey, Auntie Joy.
you gotta
Hey
go.
Ed, how are you?
Email us. Better email us then.
I will.
You're supposed to say, "I'll call you."
Well, that too. Have a good night, y'all.
You too.